You might think you're doing everything right for your health, but what if I told you that after 60, a hidden vitamin deficiency could be the very reason you're staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m.? It sounds crazy, doesn't it? You eat your vegetables, you stay active, you follow the rules. But the truth is, your body can't produce deep sleep hormones like melatonin without key helpers. And worse, their deficiency sends false alert signals to your brain, preventing your nervous system from ever truly calming down. In this video, I'll reveal 5 surprising deficiencies that wreck your sleep. And no, we are not talking about magnesium. The number one nutrient doesn't just help you sleep, it's also absolutely crucial for protecting your brain and maintaining a sharp memory as you age. So stay with me until the very end, because the difference could begin tonight. And before we dive in, if you're ready to finally understand the root cause of your sleepless nights, please smash that like button right now. It truly helps our message reach more wonderful people like you. Also, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our vital health tips, and drop a comment below telling us where you're watching from. I absolutely love connecting with our global family. So the problem isn't just that you're not sleeping, it's about understanding the deep-seated reasons why. Let's break down the 5 most overlooked nutrient deficiencies that could be the source of the issue. We'll go from a very common but surprising one to the most powerful and effective one at the end. Nutrient number 5, iron, your restless legs, karma. This first one is especially for those of you who, just as you're trying to drift off, feel that maddening, creepy crawly, and sometimes painful sensation in your legs. That irresistible urge to move them that just won't go away. This is often a sign of restless legs syndrome, or RLS, and it's a notorious sleep thief. While the previous solutions you've heard might focus on stretching or massage, the root cause for many people, especially older adults, is a simple deficiency in iron. The secret lies in a brain chemical, a neurotransmitter called dopamine. Think of dopamine as the brain's traffic controller for movement. It sends signals that help ensure your muscle movements are smooth and controlled. Now, here's the connection. Your body cannot produce dopamine without an adequate supply of iron. It's a key building block. So, when your iron levels, specifically your stored iron known as ferritin, get too low, dopamine production in the brain sputters. This causes the signaling to go haywire, leading to those uncontrollable, involuntary leg movements and sensations that define RLS and make sleep impossible. And this isn't just a theory. In a comprehensive 2017 review published in the journal Sleep Medicine, researchers analyzed multiple studies and confirmed a powerful link. They found that correcting iron deficiency in patients with RLS led to a significant, clinically meaningful improvement in both their sleep quality and a dramatic reduction in those disruptive leg movements. So what can you do? The first and most critical step is not to self-diagnose or start taking high-dose iron pills, which can be dangerous. Instead, ask your doctor for a specific blood test called a serum ferritin test. This measures your body's stored iron and is the most accurate way to identify a deficiency related to RLS. For food-based solutions, focus on incorporating both heme iron, which is more easily absorbed from animal sources, and non-heme iron from plants. Excellent sources of heme iron include lean red meat, poultry, and fish like sardines. For non-heme iron, think about lentils, chickpeas, spinach, and fortified cereals. And here's a crucial tip. To dramatically boost the absorption of plant-based iron, always pair it with a source of vitamin C. For example, squeeze some lemon juice over your spinach salad, or have a few slices of red bell pepper with your lentil soup. What's your go-to method for calming your body before bed? Share it with our community in the comments below. Now, moving on from the physical twitching in our legs, let's address the clock inside our brain. If you feel wide awake when you should be tired, the next mineral is your master timekeeper. Nutrient number 4, zinc, your sleep cycle regulator. While our last nutrient was about calming physical agitations, this one is for those who feel like their internal clock is completely broken. You're tired during the day but wide awake at night, or you fall asleep okay, but then wake up several times for no apparent reason. This kind of fragmented, disorganized sleep can be a sign that your body's master timekeeper, your circadian rhythm, is out of sync. And a key, often overlooked mineral that governs this rhythm is zinc. The secret to its power lies in its critical role in the brain's sleep chemistry. Zinc acts as a vital assistant in the conversion of an amino acid called tryptophan into serotonin, which is our feel-good neurotransmitter that promotes a sense of calm and well-being. But it doesn't stop there. Zinc is then needed again for the final step, converting that serotonin into melatonin, the famous hormone of darkness that tells your body it's time to sleep. So, if you don't have enough zinc, this entire production line grinds to a halt. You can't efficiently create the very hormones you need to feel calm and then fall asleep. It's like trying to run a factory with a key piece of machinery missing. And the scientific evidence is compelling. A significant study published in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences in 2017 highlighted that zinc levels are typically lower in people with insomnia compared to sound sleepers. The researchers found that zinc supplementation could help improve both the time it took to fall asleep and the overall quality of that sleep, precisely because it helps regulate this serotonin to melatonin pathway. So, how can you ensure you're getting enough? First, be aware that as we age, our ability to absorb zinc can decrease, making seniors more susceptible to deficiency. Excellent food sources include oysters, which are the most potent source by far, but also more common foods like beef, pumpkin seeds, cashews, and chickpeas. It's important to note that plant-based sources of zinc are often less bioavailable due to compounds called phytates. One way to enhance absorption from things like beans and seeds is to soak them in water for several hours before cooking. If you and your doctor decide a supplement is needed, it's often recommended to take it with a meal to avoid stomach upset. Do you find yourself feeling more awake in the evening than you do in the morning? Let me know about your energy patterns in the comments. By understanding this simple mechanism with zinc, you'll be able to explain to your doctor why common sleeping pills may not be working for you. And we're about to get to the nutrient responsible for that awful tingling in your hands and feet at night. Nutrient number 3, vitamin B12, your neurological soother. This next deficiency is for the person whose sleep is disturbed by strange neurological symptoms. Perhaps it's a tingling or numbness in your hands and feet, a general feeling of unsteadiness, or even just a brain that feels wired and jittery when it should be winding down. These are not just random signs of aging. They can be hallmark symptoms of a vitamin B12 deficiency, a condition that is incredibly common in adults over 60. Vitamin B12 is the master vitamin for your entire nervous system. Its primary job is to help maintain the health of the myelin sheath. Think of the myelin sheath as the protective insulation around the electrical wires in your brain and body. When B12 is low, this insulation begins to wear thin, causing signals to misfire. This can lead to the tingling and numbness, but it also directly impacts sleep. Furthermore, vitamin B12 works in concert with other B vitamins to regulate your body's production of melatonin. Some research suggests that B12 helps your body respond more effectively to light cues, keeping your circadian rhythm properly synchronized so you feel sleepy at the right time. When you're deficient, this entire system can become delayed and desynchronized. The proof of its importance is stark. A study published in the journal PLOS One investigated the neurological manifestations of B12 deficiency and found that sleep disturbances were a common complaint among patients. Once their B12 levels were restored through supplementation, many patients reported a significant improvement in their sleep quality alongside the resolution of their other neurological symptoms. The biggest challenge with B12 for older adults is absorption. As we age, we produce less stomach acid, which is essential for separating B12 from the protein in our food. This means you could be eating enough B12-rich foods, but still become deficient. This is why testing is paramount. Ask your doctor for a serum B12 test, and perhaps even a test for a substance called methylmalonic acid, or MMA, which can be a more sensitive indicator of a true deficiency. Food sources are almost exclusively animal-based: clams, beef liver, sardines, salmon, and dairy products. For those with absorption issues, a sublingual, under-the-tongue supplement or even B12 injections prescribed by a doctor can be a game changer as they bypass the digestive system entirely. Have you ever noticed tingling in your hands or feet at night? I'm curious to hear about your experiences. Now we're moving from the nervous system's wiring to the brain's overall state of being. The next nutrient is your brain's most powerful anti-inflammatory agent, and its absence could be the reason your sleep feels light and unrefreshing. Nutrient number 2, omega-3. Fatty acids, specifically DHA, your brain's anti-inflammatory nightcap. Many of us associate omega-3s with heart health or joint health. We think of them as lubricants for the body, but what if they were also a critical lubricant for your sleep-wake cycle? This is for the person who feels like their sleep is light, unrefreshing, and possibly punctuated by snoring or even moments where they stop breathing. While the previous nutrients were about specific pathways, omega-3s work on a broader, more fundamental level. They fight inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation is a silent enemy of sleep. It disrupts the normal function of the hypothalamus, the part of your brain that acts as your master control center for sleep and other bodily functions. An inflamed brain is a stressed and alert brain, not a restful one. The secret weapon within omega-3s is a specific fatty acid called DHA, or docosahexaenoic acid. Your brain is incredibly rich in DHA. It's a primary structural component of your brain cells. Research suggests that adequate levels of DHA are essential for the optimal release of melatonin. Without enough DHA, your pineal gland may struggle to produce and secrete the melatonin needed to initiate and maintain sleep. Furthermore, low levels of omega-3s have been linked to an increased risk and severity of obstructive sleep apnea, a condition where breathing repeatedly stops and starts during sleep, leading to terrible sleep quality, and this link is backed by solid science. A fascinating study from the University of Oxford found that children who were supplemented with DHA had nearly an hour more sleep per night and woke up 7 fewer times compared to the placebo group. While this study was on children, the fundamental mechanism, the role of DHA in sleep regulation, is believed to be relevant for all ages. Another study in the journal Nutrients in 2021 directly linked lower blood levels of omega-3s to more severe obstructive sleep apnea in adults. So, how do you boost your levels? The absolute best source is fatty cold water fish. Think salmon, mackerel, herring, sardines, and anchovies. Aim for at least 2 servings per week. Plant-based sources like flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts are good, but they contain a different type of omega-3 called ALA, which the body must convert to DHA and EPA, and this conversion process is often very inefficient, especially as we age. If considering a supplement, look for one that clearly lists the amounts of both EPA and DHA, and consult your doctor about a safe and effective dosage for you. What is your favorite way to include healthy fats in your diet? Share your tips with us below. We've covered restless legs, a broken internal clock, nerve issues, and brain inflammation. Now, it's time for the master sleep architect itself, the one nutrient that controls the very genes responsible for deep, restorative sleep. And finally, nutrient number 1, vitamin D, your master sleep architect. We've arrived at the number 1 most overlooked nutrient deficiency that could be at the heart of your sleep problems. If you feel like your sleep is just shallow, fragmented, and never truly deep or restorative, this is the one you need to pay attention to. We call it a vitamin, but vitamin D functions more like a powerful hormone in the body, and we now know it is a master regulator of sleep itself. This isn't just about feeling a little more rested. This is about accessing the deep, slow-wave sleep where your body performs its most critical repair work and your brain consolidates memories. The secret to its profound impact is the discovery of vitamin D receptors in the very areas of the brain that control sleep, including the hypothalamus and the brainstem. This means vitamin D directly influences the machinery of sleep. It helps to regulate our circadian rhythm, and studies suggest it's involved in the expression of genes that control our sleep-wake cycle. When your levels are low, this entire system of genetic clockwork can fall into disarray, leading to what we call sleep fragmentation, constantly waking up, tossing and turning, and never feeling like you've had a solid block of rest. And as I promised at the beginning, the benefits go far beyond sleep. Maintaining optimal vitamin D levels is one of the most powerful things you can do to support cognitive function, protect against age-related memory decline, and even bolster your immune system. The evidence is overwhelming. A major scientific review published in the journal Nutrients in 2018 analyzed numerous studies and concluded there is a significant link between low vitamin D levels and poor sleep quality, including shorter sleep duration and lower sleep efficiency. They found that people with a deficiency were far more likely to suffer from disordered sleep. Getting enough vitamin D can be tricky. Our primary source is direct sun exposure on our skin, but as we age, our skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D. Plus, many of us spend more time indoors or live in climates with long winters. Food sources are limited but include fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, cod liver oil, and foods fortified with vitamin D like milk and some cereals. For the vast majority of older adults, especially those in northern latitudes, addressing a deficiency will require supplementation. But this is not something to guess about. Ask your doctor for a 25-hydroxy vitamin D blood test. This is the only way to know your actual level and determine the appropriate dose to bring you into the optimal range, which many experts believe is much higher than the standard recommendation. Now, I know exactly what you might be thinking, but I eat a healthy diet with plenty of vegetables and quality meat. How could I possibly have a deficiency? This is a trap many health-conscious people fall into, and it's an excellent question. Here are 2 critical reasons why even a perfect diet can fail you after 60. First, a massive decline in absorption. This is the biological reality of aging that many health guides ignore. The best example is vitamin B12. To absorb B12 from food, you need strong stomach acid. Let me give you a powerful way to picture this. Imagine your stomach in your youth is a ring holding 100 different keys, and one of them is guaranteed to fit the lock to release B12 from your food. As we age, we start losing those keys. After 60, maybe you only have 10 keys left on that ring. The chance of opening the lock on the first try becomes incredibly small, even if the door itself, the food, is right in front of you. This is why you can eat a beautiful steak or piece of salmon, but that precious B12 remains locked away, passing through your system without ever being used. Your diet is perfect on paper, but your body can no longer access the nutrients within it. Second, the healthy food you're eating today is not the same as it was 50 years ago. This is due to a well-documented issue called soil depletion. Decades of intensive farming have stripped the soil of essential minerals. This means a carrot grown today might have significantly less zinc and iron than a carrot grown in your parents' time. So you are eating the right foods, but the foods themselves are less nutrient-dense than they once were. So the key isn't just eating right anymore. It's about being a detective for your own health, understanding these age-related changes, knowing which specific deficiencies are common after 60, and using targeted tests to confirm them. So, my friends, today we went far beyond the obvious. We learned that your sleep isn't controlled by one magic bullet, but by a delicate symphony of nutrients. Reclaiming your nights isn't about finding a quick fix, it's about listening to your body's subtle clues and finding the missing instrument in that orchestra. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge to have a more informed conversation with your doctor. I'm not asking you to overhaul your entire life overnight. Just pick the one nutrient that resonated with you the most, the one where you heard the description and thought, that sounds exactly like me. And your one small step for this week is to simply start the conversation with your doctor about it. Which nutrient on this list was the biggest surprise to you? Let me know your choice in the comments. And if this video gave you a new direction to explore for your health, just type the word discovery. And of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so we can continue this health journey together. Take care, may your body find its balance, and your nights be filled with peaceful, uninterrupted rest. I'll see you in the next video. Thousands of seniors have found this video helpful, so I highly recommend you watch it. Click to keep going.